News 13 News Weather Now.
This week on Political Connections, we're now in the second half of 2017, and that can only mean one thing: looking ahead to the 2018 election cycle already. Our guest, Miami Beach Mayor Philip Levine, who's considering a run for governor on the Democratic side. Levine talks about his statewide listening tour, the dynamics between local and state government, and how Florida needs to move forward.
Covering the political landscape along the I-4 corridor. Welcome to Political Connections.
And welcome to Political Connections, everybody. I'm Julie Gargata. 2018 is shaping up to be a big year of change in Tallahassee. There'll be a new Attorney General, a new Commissioner of Agriculture, maybe a new Chief Financial Officer, and definitely a new governor. Some candidates have already declared they're out fundraising and campaigning, while other potential candidates are testing the waters right now and getting their names out on a statewide basis. One of those potential candidates joining us now, Miami Beach Mayor Philip Levine. And thanks so much for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's just cut to the chase. Are you a candidate for governor? And if not, when will you make that final decision?
I am absolutely not a candidate for governor, but I'm going all over the state. I'm having fun. I'm talking to wonderful Floridians, and I'm learning a lot. And I'm really understanding because, you know, when I ran for mayor of Miami Beach, the first thing I did is I talked to everybody, and I'm doing the same thing around Florida. So I imagine sometime in the fall I'm going to make a decision, but right now I'm out there and I'm learning, and I'm loving it because I love our state.
Okay, so we're going to have to catch up with you, of course, at the fall time. We're also catching up with you at the United States Conference of Mayors. What was the discussion really been about Florida mayors, the direction of the state, and really how is Florida being seen nationwide?
Well, Florida, is no question about it, is the future state. And I think the Florida mayors have really come together. Their attendance here in Miami Beach is extraordinary. And of course, they're all coming together and talking about what's important for Floridians. And we know what that is. It's education, it's climate change, it is clearly innovation, bringing companies to Florida, which is most important, and how do you do it? So it's been an incredible collaboration, and the Florida mayors have really stood up and been here. And of course, your incredible mayor, Buddy Dyer, is here, and we're honored to have him here in Miami Beach.
And you really touched upon the next question we have as well. So coming out of the conference, what's been the big agenda item among the mayors? You said really education, but what about economic reforms, infrastructure, health care, anything else that you could really think of?
No question about it. Healthcare is a big issue because, as we know, if a lot of people are not insured, it's going to be the mayor's responsibility because we're dealing directly with the people at the bottom level here. And infrastructure is major. How do we rebuild roads? How do we build public transportation? It's a big issue in Florida. We need to connect our cities. Everybody knows it. But you know what's an incredible issue? An incredible issue in Florida specifically is letting the mayors do their job without Tallahassee dictating what the mayors do. Local control is so important. And what's going on in Tallahassee today is extraordinarily, but in the wrong direction, because mayors know what the people need, and Tallahassee with part-time legislators definitely do not. So that's been a big conversation down here as well.
Wow. So why the power struggle then, and really how much change can you affect on a local level that can then have a statewide effect?
Well, you know what it is? Think about this, is that the mayors are with, quote, the customers. And when you talk to the customers, who are the residents, who are the people that live in Florida, when you listen to them, you want to make sure you're doing what they want to do. When you're in Tallahassee, the problem is that you're just making laws based on special interest. You know, I mean, can you imagine this? If you're an organization or a company, and you just want to, like, figure out a way to donate campaign contributions to certain PACs up in Tallahassee, to get those legislators to vote a certain way, you can get anything done. But what you're doing is you're not listening to the customers. The mayors, the commissioners, the council people on the local level, they're listening to the people, and they're not swayed, unfortunately, the way Tallahassee has gone. We've seen it in so many things. And of course, you know, for Florida mayors, clean water is very important. Infrastructure is important. Education, innovation, and truly many, many other issues right now.
So then, hypothetically, if you became mayor or ran for mayor, how would you make sure you worked with Tallahassee? Because it seems to be a little bit, governor rather, a little bit of strife between that.
Well, I can tell you right now, I am a radical centrist. I believe today the most important thing is getting things done. Mayors aren't right, they're not left, they're forward. And I believe that today we're too divided. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business person. I created some incredible companies. And I believe you can be pro-business, but you can also be pro-people. When you look at Google, Amazon, Apple, all these incredible companies, they want to come to Florida. But if you look at their HR manuals and you see how fabulous they treat their people, all we have to do is treat our people the same way, and you'll get Apple, you'll get Amazon, you'll get Lockheed, you'll get GE to open up operations in Florida. Like attracts like. It's not us against them, it's all of us together going in the same direction.
We've been reading one of the biggest things you're working on right now looks to be sea level rise. I also saw about 100% clean energy by 2035. Can you explain this and how you'd implement that?
Sure. Well, when I became mayor, I was facing an existential threat, which of course is sea level rise, which will continue. Some of our roads were underwater during sunny days, and we said we're going to take action. And what we've done is we've raised roads, literally put in pumps, changed building codes, raised seawalls, and we've had tremendous success. We never declare victory against Mother Nature, but we've moved forward. And I think that's what people want to see. They want to see you getting things done. It's not about right or left. When the ocean rises, I always say, it's not Republican, the ocean's not Democrat. Knows only how to rise. And I think when it comes to issues like that, it's all about solutions. It's not a Republican solution or a Democrat solution. It's the right solution.
It's really interesting. We have seen a lot of bipartisan support for those kinds of things. The last Florida governor who had previously served as mayor was Governor Bob Martinez, who was in office between 1987 and 1991. So why do you think legislators are preferred over mayors when it comes to the voters voting in leading the state?
Well, I'm not sure they're preferred. I actually think what people like is an executive. Someone that actually has, had that crazy thing in their life called a job. They know how to get it done. Whether you're a busboy or a bartender or a teacher or a technician, I think what people want to see is that you didn't spend your whole life in government. You actually went out there, did something, and then you gave back. I don't believe politics should be your career. I think politics should give back to the community. And so whether it's a mayor or a governor or a senator, whatever it may be, I think it's all about just moving forward, getting things done. And I don't think it makes a difference whether you're a mayor or you're a legislator. I think if you know how to push forward, that's what people want to see.
All right, some of the big issues that are having an effect on Florida right now. First and foremost, the health care debate. We touched a little bit upon that, but what's your position on what's happening now with health care legislation, and what's best for Florida, in your opinion?
I think what's best for Florida is to make sure that we can take care of all our people. I mean, once again, I go back to Amazon and Apple. Do you want Amazon and Apple? Well, I can tell you Amazon and Apple make sure that people have health insurance. Why would the state of Florida be any different? And I think that's a crucial fact, because I think that we're getting lost in the translation about what's right. Obamacare, Affordable Health Care Act, it wasn't perfect. The person that would tell you it wasn't perfect was President Obama. But why wouldn't we make something better as opposed to throwing the baby out with the bathwater? Once again, we're politicizing people's health, and that's not the right thing to do. For me, we don't want the emergency rooms, once again, to be the health care system for Florida for people that can't afford it. Take care of your people, they'll take care of you.
Switching gears a little bit, talking about immigration policy, can you talk a little bit about possible federal actions that would penalize cities financially for their policies towards immigrants and lead to deportation of immigrants? We're really talking about the so-called sanctuary cities, obviously, here.
Sure. Well, I can tell you one thing. South Florida, Miami Beach, Miami-Dade County is a city of immigrants. The state of Florida has really become a state of immigration. Our country, the American dream, which we are founded upon, is a country of immigration. We innovate, we create, we keep the American dream alive by allowing ourselves to have people come in with their ideas and their energy to make our country a better place. So listen, I believe in the American laws and rules, and we have to follow them. But at the same time, we need to make sure that our country stays open and welcome. Because remember something, every organization, every company has their formula. Coca-Cola, it's the syrup. The United States, it's the American dream. Let's not mess with that formula. It's worked pretty well for a lot of years.
All very interesting ideas. Thanks so much, Mayor Philip Levine from Miami Beach.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your time today. Now it's time for this.